battles over the years. They beat us the last time out.
Big for the pass. Here's Talkentex off and running. Fully charged, so Talkentex from Texas squad takes another acid test as they go up against the Alaska Aces. And Tenorio bumping his chest.
And we welcome you to the championship capital of Philippine basketball. Mac Cardona and the rest of the Tropang Texters are so glad to be back on the hard court. While Cyrus Baguio and the rest of the Alaska Aces hoping to have that momentum, that high coming off that big momentous win over Ginebra in the quarterfinal round. Magandang gabi sa kanilang lahat. Miko Alili kasama the good Dr. J. Andy Howe for game 1 of the semifinals between Talkentex and Alaska.
Well, let's remember that this series in the semifinals, just like the one that happened in the first game, is going to be a best-of-7 series. So obviously you can't decide things by what you do in game number 1. The important thing to realize here is that Alaska has come off a tiring series, but the fact that the important thing is they have been playing competitive basketball. Talkentex has tried to do that the last few weeks because they've been out. They even went abroad, I think to China to play a couple of games. But I think they had a practice game with San Miguel only about a week and a half back. So that's the thing that could really work against the Talkentex Tropang Texters. The fact that they haven't played for quite a while.
So it's either rust or wrist.
That's right.
Yan ang magiging issue for the Tropang Texters. Now Alaska, they have not beaten Talkentex in this conference.
Well, look at their scores though, especially the last one when they played with Cyrus Baguio. It was a very close match, 76 to 75. The first time that they played, it was at Cuneta. It was an 8-point lead, and at that time Alaska still had Willie Miller before that infamous trade between Ginebra and the Alaska Aces. So obviously Baguio has fitted into the system very well. Seems to be quite happy with his teammates. Doesn't bother with them. The only thing he really has to improve is his defense to help out his team, because Alaska is a team that is noted for its defense and they want a low-scoring ball game.
Well, speaking of numbers, Tim Cone is very concerned about the numbers of Talkentex. They lead in a lot. Or they need a lot of statistical categories here in the PBA.
Well, ever since the acquisition of guys like Kelly Williams and Ryan, their points have really gone up. They're scoring over 100 points a game and close to 50% from the field, which is high in the PBA, with 25 assists. Anytime your team has over 20 assists, you feel you have a very good chance of winning a ball game. Plus the fact that their import, Sean Daniels is a guy that takes care of the rebounding as well as interior defense with a low post presence whenever it's required.
At alam pa natin, paano naganda at ano ang iniisip ng dalawang koponan as we send you to Dominic Wood.
Thank you, Miko. Let's talk about the Alaska Aces. 3 things that Coach Tim Cone wanted to do in today's ball game. He talked about possessions, tempo, and rhythm. First of all, he wants to limit the possessions of the Talkentex Tropang Texters. Also, he wants to take advantage of the tempo, meaning slow it down and take advantage of their size. And also, he wanted to get into a rhythm, especially in the triangle offense. Basically, all it is play Alaska basketball. Miko?
Well, Alaska basketball has worked for the last 2 decades.
Well, definitely. They're one of the 3 teams that has won a Grand Slam in the PBA. Tim is still the winningest active coach in the PBA, so he does know how to win. A lot of people have talked about his triangle, how, whether it's still effective against a zone defense, which we have allowed in the PBA in the last 2-3 conferences, but he seems to be able to get away with it. This is a team that you would say, this is a competition that you would say would be more or less balanced, Miko, because they're not really very deep, but they have enough good players to compete against each other. Remember in his talk when they won the game against Ginebra, he said Talkentex has 8 good men plus their import, and then he fits the other players around it. That's exactly what Alaska has. I think they have about 7 men that are good plus their import, and then he fits the other players around the key players that he has.
And game 1 of this best of 7 series is underway. And you know, you talk about mirror image. What about the backcourt? You know, talking text with Jimmy Alapag and Mac Cardona, Alaska with L.A. Tenorio and Cyrus Baguio. You can make a case. That's, you know, that's like an identical backcourt.
That's a very good matchup there. This is what I said about Daniels. His ability to intimidate and play good interior defense. They were trying a drop pass there, and Daniels came up with the interception.
Now once again, talking text, top seed dito sa tournament, finished number 1, had an incredible winning run. And to be honest about it, walang makalapit talaga. Halos walang makalapit, no? With the Tropang Texters, when they, not just after they made the trade, but even before that.
You know, they struggled in the beginning, had their first 2 losses there. But then after that, it was really smooth sailing. I think they had a 12-game winning streak, 12 or 13-game before it was stopped. 3-point attempt by L.A. Tenorio. So you can see both teams are sharp to start off this ball game. This game number 1 of a best of 7 series in the semifinals.
Here's Jimmy Alapag, Ranadel. Ranadel very impressive here in the Fiesta Conference. In fact, was best player of the elimination round.
But that's a little out of his range. Although he can really shoot the 3-point shot, but he's been effective, really popping out to about 18 feet and making those jumpers. This one was about 20. Nice post and good block again by Daniels. Second good thing he has done on defense here for the Tropang Texters.
Here's Alapag, bullet pass, Daniels will score.
Now that's going to hurt Alaska. You don't want Daniels to score the first 4 points. You know, you try to make stops against Jimmy Alapag, against Ronnie Del De Ocampo, Mac. But you don't want Daniels hurting you with easy baskets underneath.
So mga talking text 4-3. It is Joe Devance with a high looper.
That's going to be a foul there on Sean Daniels, holding on the back of Sonny Toss. That will be the first personal foul called against Daniels. Daniels is a 3-time returnee to the Philippine Basketball Association. Played there in 2007, 2009, and 2010.
Over 2 minutes having gone by in the opening period. Devance inside, basket is good.
Well, that's what a lot of people say about Joe Devance. For him to improve, he's got to be willing to go inside and take contact and make the basket or make the free throw shots. Good timing.
Rebound there para kay Daniels, and it's import against import at the post. Jump hook is no good. Rebound para kay Diamond Simpson.
Well, Daniels was going for 30. He was going for the first 3 shots of the Tropang Texters, and a good shot. Joe Devance has 4 points in the ball game right now, and Alaska has a 3-point lead.
Here's De Ocampo at the post.
That's as good as defense as you can ask any player. You can never get mad. The guy was stayed with him, never fouled him, had his hands up when he released a fadeaway shot.
Alaska on top by 1, 7-6. His toss against Daniels. Shot clock down to 10. And Devance makes his move. Throws the ball away.
The toss was not expectant of that pass, but that was a pretty good move there by Devance to get him a bounce pass for a possible layup.
Here's Cardona, drop pass, Harvey Carey, that's his shot, but he misses it.
This is where you see the rustiness of some of the guys. Harvey Carey is not really a scorer, but he can make those jump shots. But, you know, he hasn't shot that shot for a while here at Araneta.
Dance, runner, rebound, Ranadel. Here's Alapag, setting up Cardona. Cardona over Baguio.
Another over-the-back foul, this time being called against Harvey Carey. That's his first. That will be the second team foul called against the Tropang Texters. The lights are not lighting up there in the scorer's table today. I was looking for that here. That's our good guide to you know, even when you're with the team, you have to sit there and look at that thing a lot of times to know the situation of the game.